We're in the Destiny Global studio and I have with me Shaun and Dhalia from Exclusively Unique. Welcome, Shaun. And welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Nice meeting you. Now I know that you're health consultants and you also deal with diets and various different drinks. I've had some of the drinks. I know they work and I'm continuing to have some. But could you just briefly tell me a little bit about why you got into this health drinks and sort of integrate it with the type of patients that you deal with?
It was completely by accident because me and Dee never started out together. Exclusively Unique is a combination of two companies coming together. I started 12 years ago when my dad contracted bowel cancer, and that really got me into health. I was a teacher at the time, and we helped our dad get through that situation through diet 12 years ago, because he was eating certain things that wasn't really complementary, wasn't conducive to his health. But then word spread, you know, in the churches, in the community, and I just started helping everybody. I already had a job. I wasn't charging. It was just something I believed that it was about sharing the knowledge. And then eventually I went into it full time. I got trained up, and I went.
So you studied it?
Yeah, I studied herbals and technology, because now before I said herbals, but I was doing health as well. But I studied more vitamins at the time. But technology has grown as well. When you tell someone to go and have a body scan, you're thinking of a CAT scan, an MRI. Those are, multi-thousand-pounds worth of machines that you put your whole body in.
Correct.
But NASA used something that's the size of your hand that they use in the astronauts. That's galvanic technology. We now use that. We work with NASA and other companies like that, and we use their technology.
You mentioned body scan. So what does this body scan do? Even though I've had it, I just want to explain to the public what it does.
Yeah, there's many different types of scans, and there's loads of different names, and that's why it can get confusing. And there's many different people who do scanning. Not all of them are great. There's different levels of people. But you have like quantum magnetics. It all comes under the umbrella of quantum magnetics or galvanic. Galvanic is, remember the old from the 1940s, the lie detector test?
Yes.
Same technology now. It can study your emotions and the body response, the skin response. Yeah. Instead of using it to torture people now, we use it to help people as our own ethos. And quantum magnetics was the same thing. It was just the energy of the body, of the organs, and how you use that to conclude someone's health. We use both technologies, and we align them together. And where they all agree, we know roughly that's where that person's is susceptible to sickness, and then we work from there.
Well, my story is a little bit different from Shaun's. My story is more personal.
Very good.
Basically, 10 years ago, I went into preeclampsia. I was 5 months pregnant, and baby decided that she wants to come, basically, and then I was in a lot of pain. But this pain was like basically giving birth in your heart. They rushed me to the hospital, and I was told basically I might not live, and the baby might not have lived as well. But through prayer and faith, basically, I was rushed into theatre. I went into a coma straight after that, after I had the baby. She was not breathing, but she pulled through. And then I fell into a coma for 3 days. And as a result, they told me, I was in the hospital for 6 months, and I was told basically I would be on drugs. I decided to discharge myself and went home and prayed again and asked God to help me, basically, and He did. I did research. I had a lot of people that supported me, like doctors. And then I basically started juicing. I came
And
up with
the churches, I would imagine, supported you.
They did, yeah.
And you started juicing.
Yes, a lot of juicing, just greens, just basically Carvalho Nero.
So would you say that what happened to you, you thought diet would be a cure for it?
Yes, I believe that. Because I truly believe that all the herbs on the earth basically is for our bodies.
Right.
Yeah, and it did. I mean, I couldn't walk. I was losing. I lost I've always been like a size 12, and I went to a size 4. And I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat, so I thought if if I could get my nutrients inside of me, then I'll be able to live.
You went from a size 12 to a size 4?
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I could.
You were emaciated.
Yeah, so within 3 months of me just drinking green juices, to be honest, I was jogging 7-8 miles by myself.
So who told you about the green juices? So how did you know about it?
No one told
all
me.
Wise tale? All grandma's story? You know?
I was raised in Jamaica, basically, as a little girl, and basically my grandma was always picking herbs, things to help us with a headache, toothache, and the whole sickness, basically.
So some leaf, this
the
leaf.
whole lot, yes, and basically I learned from my grandparents. How I got into the business, I actually tried to help myself first.
Right.
And in the middle of helping myself, because I went to college, I went to business school to learn about juices, I've basically made sure I did it the legal way.
Right.
And actually when I went to college, I realised that basically this can work, because what I was doing at college, I was actually giving them samples. I'd make it from home and take it to college and let them taste, and they liked it. So I noticed that it would really work. So my first client was at the barber shop.
Yeah, you tested it at a barber shop.
I walked into the barber shop because I just had this passion for helping people, because I realised how important it is to take your own health under control.
Yes.
So I decided to walk into the barber shop, and there were about 30 guys in there, and I asked the main guy, do you mind if I, serve these juices in here just to try?
Yeah, to taste them.
Yeah, he said, fine, go ahead. So I did, and that day I walked out with 50 pounds.
Wow.
So I knew that worked. So I just continued from there until I met Shaun.
Generally, this day and age, we have a lot of people with blood pressure, high cholesterol. We do have the libido problem as well. And all I've done before I met Dee, I was doing it more on the herbal side of things.
Okay.
But what I would do, get a company, manufacturers in London, who would extract the herbs. Because I know everyone knows about bush, boiling it up, making the tea and drinking it, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But because I had to move up with technology, people want things to move faster, they want healing to move faster. So I found a company that would extract it scientifically, the actual nutrients out of the bush or the herbs, etc., or the food, and it made it more potent. Hence why I used to tell people it's like having a whole tree in a bottle.
Right.
And when I met Dee, because most of the time I tell people, well, I've got to clarify something. I can't cure people. It's not, I'm regulated. First thing I say is I can't, or we can't cure people. All we can do is give your body what it needs, or what the machine tells it needs, and then you do that, and you sit back and wait.
Right.
Yeah.
So you mainly deal with nutrients.
Nutrients. Yeah, that's what I studied. It was all nutrients, vitamins and minerals. Outside of that, I can't.
Yes. And obviously the juices has these nutrients in it.
Perfectly, because most people, unfortunately, our lifestyle today, because it's so fast, people don't have the time to prepare a good, healthy, nutritious meal. We snack on the go. People are busy, and that's what gets people into a lot of trouble, because we snack on a lot of junk food. So I tell people straight, I can give you the best herbs, Dee can give you the best juices, but if you're not doing your bit, it just won't work. So when I had my own clients, I was looking for people to provide juices for my clients, because juicing is too intense for me. I can juice for myself, but I was never looking at doing it.
It's time consuming.
Yeah, I would never do it. So when Dee came to me, I seen a perfect business opportunity. I could send my clients to her, and it was meant to be a business partnership,
a collaboration.
Absolutely, and it worked really well. All I said to Dee was, when we got down the spoke, and we said, how can we take this further? I said, why not infuse my herbs extracts into your drinks, make them much more powerful to what they are. They were working anyway, but I said, now we're going to try and take it to another level. Holland and Barrett have their place. I'm not going to say nothing bad about them per se. Same with doctors and nurses, we need them. That makes sense. It's just, I I always tell people, just read the ingredients. Not all ingredients and all vitamins and minerals are good for you. That's why there's such things as vitamin poisoning, mineral poisoning.
Correct.
We have to be careful which ones we put in, because iron, for example, iron's important, but we've got to make sure we put the right iron.
Too much iron is poisonous.
Absolutely,
yes.
and and the right kind of iron as well. If it's not being absorbed from a plant
yes.
properly from its roots and into the plant's fruit or leaves, etc., then the other bit of the iron is not your body won't be able to absorb it as well. The plants make it bioavailable for our human bodies, and like with any other minerals as well. So you've got to be careful what source.
Because so much people, Dhalia, is jumping on the bandwagon of health and brewing up so many things and giving it. Every time you go to London, wherever, you hear this person is trying this thing and that person is trying this thing. I mean, how does one decipher away from that so that the clients that will know that this is the right thing that they're having from you and not all of the noise that's coming from these people? How does one decipher that? Okay,
natural organic. You can have all the fruits and veg that you want in the world, but if it's not pesticide free,
okay,
you know, that's where the problem comes in basically. So I find that all the juices that we do are all natural organic, and it does work, get results.
It's mainly, and it's something that is common across the board, detoxing.
Right.
Before we, if somebody just wants to say they want a treatment from dairy juices, we can tell them what juices to have. We get an idea and say, oh, this is perfect for you, this one is good for you. But if they come with a sickness, and when people have come with us, we've always said to them, detox first and your results will be much more quicker. All of us have got either gut problems, metal problems, hormone problems, and most of the time when you address those first, the body sorts itself out, and we kind of work on that with people.
Because the body is a natural healer, isn't it?
Yes, it's been designed that way.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. We have people who help us now.
Yes.
So, but I always have to be in there, you know, because I've got to make sure that, you know, that the right consistency, the right, everything has to be right for me, basically. So, because we're talking about people's health, you're talking about people's lives. So, I find that, you know, you've got to have the passion for it, because there's no point you rushing to do it, but you've got to take time.
And anything you do that doesn't contain love, as you mentioned, it never lasts. No, it never lasts. Passion, even in a job, if you don't have passion for it, it's not going to last.
No.
And people fail to understand that when they see somebody and they see somebody that may be successful, they think it's, oh, I'll just do this. They see you doing this, oh, they're doing it, let me just jump in it. Don't worry about them, because it won't last long. Because as you said, you have passion in it. And with passion, I think you have to have charisma as well. You have to have charm. Because the two of them is entwined together to bring success. How does the doctors see this?
It's funny, it's a good question, you know, Bobby. Most doctors are really supportive. You'd think that there's a big fight, because that's what we're led to believe. But we get on really good doctors, especially good functional doctors, we get on really well with them. We actually work with them. In fact, I can do one better. We supply some of the private hospitals with juices, to give you an idea. Because they're starting to believe that nutrition can help. Yeah, it will never come out of be a broadcasted thing commercially, but nutrition can help. And
because doctors never study nutrition.
No.
I've been in hospital a few times, and they've never seemed to look at anything to do with nutrients. So you're correct.
Absolutely. But they've been trained mainly now to be good at pills. I could never. There's thousands of them now. So they haven't been able to go back to their roots and say, well, try just do some basics. Some of them do. Don't get me wrong. Those are the ones that we work with, and there's quite a lot of them now. So if we can, me and Dee is more about spreading the message of health, to get people to empower themselves to take care of their bodies, like I did with my father. And I'd be honest with you, not everybody who caught what my dad had survived that one. When they called me, sometimes it was way too late, you know. But we still try and get people to empower. So we still try and empower people to take control of their health and spread that message. Most of the talks me and Dee do are for free, and it's just to help people. That's our way of giving back.
Well, it's the passion as well, isn't it? And because it concerns people's lives and health. But it's good that you mentioned the doctors, because that's a very important point, because some doctors as well are very skeptical. Oh, is it been endorsed? Is it been that?
Yeah.
You know, and you find that people who ask these questions as well, they too are skeptical.
Yeah.
So if you're really conscious about your health, you're gonna go all out to get what it takes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And going back to the nutrients a bit, the way I see it, it's a specialized subject. It's not something that even doctors, they would have to go back to school to learn it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It takes a little while. I mean, you, Dhalia, went back to college to learn about the different components, what to put with it. So when you're talking to a patient, you know, you can tell them what this juice is going to assist them with, or what is inside of it, instead of them just picking a leaf and putting that leaf together.
Yeah, we want people to know that that there's always help there for them. Okay, any advice that you want to do in regards to health, that's what we're here for. I don't want people thinking that me and Dee, we're from the black community, that we only cater for black community. We do a lot in the Asian community. We do a lot in the English Caucasian white community. We do a lot of talks for their businesses. We're still learning as well, Bobby. I'm still studying this all the time. I'm always reading. I'm always looking at doctors' case studies, because new technologies, new studies show that certain things work better than others. And that's what we want to tell people as such. That listen, try and take control of yourself, and we show you. We got all the skills and the know-how to do it yourself. And if people have, you mentioned earlier about soap going on.
No, please.
You mentioned about the bullets, the nutrients. Yes. We think it's brilliant when someone's got that in their home and they call us in. And we say, have you got a bullet or a nutriment? They're like, yeah. I mean, when's the last time you used it? Well, I've used it a couple of times. That's where the problem is. Take it back out. Let's go and show you some recipes to make it fun and interesting. People think that we're bothered if people do it themselves and they don't buy our juices.
Yes.
We're not here, even though we have been successful, God blessings, you know. We weren't here for that. It pays our bills, yes. But we know we get more recognition by giving. There's an old saying, Bobby. Teach a man to fish. He also feed himself. Yes. We teach people skills on how to feed themselves and heal themselves with food. They'll always be grateful, and that message they always bring people to us.
That's a very good philosophy.
That's why we've never promoted.
Yeah, that's a very good philosophy.
You know, we want to, but we never had the chance. We're so busy, but as I said, we've been blessed that way. People always recommend us all the time. We get calls nearly every day. Can you help and advise? And we say, yeah, we can do. And we teach people how to juice and feed. We even cook. We come to the home. We even, if you've got the time, we cook and show you how to have a nice plant-based meal. You know, and the only people that buy our juices all the time are the ones that are working a lot. And they ain't got time to prepare. And they say, can you put us on a program? Can you supply me for my afternoon meals, etc. In liquid form, so I don't snack on too much junk. And that's what we're there for. Or if people are really sick, we'll get them out of that fix, and then they're independent. They are then able to do it themselves. And you'd think that people make money by getting them to keep spending. Right. We don't have that as an ethos. We just want to give people the knowledge, and they'll tell their family. If any problem, they'll come back to us, and that's why generally. I think also with people's business is your personality. If you have that personality that draws people, that you're open, honest, transparent, people will always gravitate. But if you want to squeeze the last dollar, people won't. You know, and I think every one of us, when we're young, just started out, we think that's the way to success. But as we get on in business, we realize to be honest, to be loyal, to be open, to be giving. People gravitate to that, because really that's what heals people too. Isn't it? Yeah, it's very true. I'll be honest with you, Bobby. Sometimes people come to us and they can't afford our services, but because we see them in dire straits, we're in pain. We can't walk away. No. We're like, look, here's what you can do to help ease this particular situation, A, B, C, and we get recognised for that. Yeah, and
100%.
and that's how we.
I see that too.
Because you know the thing is, we eat all our lives, don't we? And we need to rest our pancreas.
Yes.
So the juices now, the way they're juiced, and basically it rests your pancreas and goes directly to your blood.
Okay.
So you get your nutrients through your blood, basically.
So it renews your cells.
Yes, it does.
It's a very good point,
Yeah,
because your cells need renewing.
Yeah, every day our cells get renewed, and there's no point in putting rubbish, to create new cells. So if we can have a glass of greens every day.
You don't even need food.
Some people said to me, basically, I don't eat the rubbish that I used to eat, and they've only been on because we put them on a program, a month's program, and then Shaun rescanned them again until they're getting on. So we don't just sell juices; we actually scan them first.
Yeah, monitor.
And then monitor them along, and then basically we get so much results. It's unreal.
Well, I'm so happy and glad that I could finally get you to
I know.
and that we could have a discussion so that the public could see what you're doing now.
Yeah.
And that I know it's going to be beneficial to them. So that's one of the main reasons, more than because I know you do it with passion and you do it with love and you do it with the community at base. Yeah. So I want to thank you both for coming in.
Thank you again, Bob.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is Destiny Global TV. Please subscribe and leave your comment below.